Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Could you give me a quick sound check, please? That would be great. And also, thanks for jumping on a little bit earlier with me today so that we can get the pre market stuff done. Excellent. Good, good, good. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Brilliant. All right, so, yeah. Let's check out what's been happening in the market. So, this morning was a pretty good session, actually. It turned out as a bit of a surprise, looking at a lot of flip-flopping market price action from the bell ringing, but actually ended up being pretty decent. Really liked the look of the stocks 50 index. Didn't actually participate in this one, unfortunately. Would have loved to. We had a really nice market breakout here. Things on the 1 minute time frame. So basically had this sort of dip down. This is the same as the DAX, although the DAX, it was all, I guess it was all a little bit lucky in hindsight. In hindsight, it was all a little bit lucky that the market just played into my cards this morning, because I was genuinely looking at doubling up and taking the short on the EU 50 as well at the same time. Had I done so, we obviously would have bounced back. Difference, obviously, with the Euro Stocks 50 index is the range that we would have been trading was different. We had a major anchor point. It's situated here where we actually came down to. So it would have been a bit of a difficult one to sort of pull off. You would have been looking at trading post the TRF in the middle here down to the bottom. But the long was really nice. We did get a very, very decent surge. It's only actually risen 0.45% so far today, but still quite a decent move. We actually had a really nice move to the downside as well, following the breakout here. So that's quite a nice break, close, and retest. And also, make no mistake, that is a really decent retest. My zone has just been plopped down a little bit too far. So yeah, really nice retest. Possible continuation underway there as well. We can revisit that one tomorrow. As far as the DAX is concerned, it was really good. Really enjoyed trading the DAX this morning, and I haven't done for a while. We had a really nice breaker structure point. We did just touch our toes in the liquidity up here. To be honest with you, it was not like what I would usually really like. You know, those deep pushes into the money pit. But I went for it anyway. It was after the 8 bell, and we broke structure after breaking out above. So just following the process rigidly, really, without any sort of ambiguity. Really nice move down. We literally just touched the TP as well. This is what I mean. It was, I think it's fair to say I've probably faced quite a lot of unlucky outcomes in the market at the moment, with a lot of especially the FX stuff. A lot of this kind of thing, for example, markets coming right up near TP and then coming all the way back down to eventually hit stop loss and stuff. So I think the market gods were shining on me today. So that was quite nice. And then, of course, we had the really decent break close retest, beautiful breaker structure, and ended up pulling out a 1 to 2.6 on the top as well. Obviously not taking anywhere near the full size of the move, but really, really happy nevertheless. And we got a wonderful bear breaker structure up at the top here. This area in here, for example, broke above, M reversal, breaker structure down. Really nice. We got the retest of that liquidity point there, the M reversal as well. And just this really beautiful sweeping move all the way back down to confirm the positive imbalance of price. At this point, it's confirmed. We did actually have a W reversal there as well at each side. So we had an M at the top and a W at the bottom. It was just beautiful price action. Like just really, really, really good stuff this morning. So I didn't take any of the trades here. I took none of this, either. I've been working really hard on the affiliate program for everyone. Not that you guys are going to do it or you are going to do it. It makes no difference. But I was working hard on that one today to get that launched, and that is now, I think it might be live on the site. So I'll send you a link. You can check out the page. Tell me what you think. But yeah, that's what I was doing. So didn't manage to capture any of this. Anyway, let's have a look at those US stocks. So first up, NAS 100. Looking at yesterday's bit of price action here. NAS 100 was a really good contender yesterday. We did see the the sort of nice ranging motion here. Unfortunately, at the point the market broke out, I did not actually jump in because as I was monitoring this in real time, and this candlestick here, it went so fast down that before I'd even managed to sort of hit the sell or the buy, whatever the sell button in this instance, we were already trading in 19. My depth of market was trading at 1937. So I was looking at a 1-to-1. So I didn't actually manage to get in on that one. And then over on the Dow Jones, we're here looking at these. And this is the other thing that I'm coming to. Good segue, right? Because yesterday I was looking short on the Dow Jones from this point of liquidity up here. And I was looking at only longs in the NAS 100 from the... I can't even remember now where I was. Yeah, I think it was the breaker structure up here. So I was looking at that breaker structure to take the long in this imaginary piece of price action up to the highs. And the market moved away from me in both assets. So it was, yeah, that again, I was not very lucky, I suppose. But anyway, I did rinse and repeat the process. We had this nice push down into liquidity. We came up, we ranged for a while. We saw the distribution take place. We had the breaker structure, and so I decided to go for it there and just do exactly what the market had done previously, and that turned out really nicely. At the end of the day, it actually did provide so many decent opportunities. I mean, if you are a full-time trader, just spending your hours in the day just continuously trading these stock assets, I mean, sometimes you are going to get just some ridiculously harebrained days where you're pulling in 3-4% just in a single trading session with market price action like this. I mean, let's remove the first one. We don't want to be perfect traders in the hindsight element there, but you definitely could have had one, had two. You probably would have, I don't know if you would have got stopped out here, maybe, if you'd taken a breaker structure trade there. Maybe not. That's open, I think. I don't think it's a clear stop out trade. So if we took a trade in there, yeah, like breaker structure here, and then TP up there, yeah, you would have been stopped out 100% on that. Okay, so you would have been stopped out on that one. And then you would have done the exact same process again, which is this one, which was a winner. And then you would have taken the short, which was a clear winner. And then you would have taken the long here, which was a stop out. And then another long there, which was a winner. So you would have been looking at like 3 or 4 winners versus a couple of stop outs. All at really nice 1-to-2s, 1-to-2.3 risk reward ratios. So in a nutshell, lots of really decent price action yesterday. Even though it might have not seemed it at initial glances. As we moved on into the evening, into the Asia session, it did die down a little bit. We actually got 2 nice swings here overnight. And then, of course, we're on to where we are right now. So the NAS 100 at the moment, currently trading in dead space, I'm afraid, guys. Not very good for us this afternoon. And now, you will be alone in your actual trading today, this afternoon. I won't be here, unfortunately. I've got an appointment. So, yeah, I won't be alongside you. So, you have to pull your trousers up. Get your big boy pants on. Or big girl pants as well, if necessary. And so we're basically looking for the breaker structure point at this area in here for a long up to 1959. Or, alternatively, we are looking at the breakout of an area down here for the short. And then we'll be looking at the short being this area here. So, even though we're right in the middle of things at the moment, it doesn't actually mean that we're going to be without some decent trading opportunities. So, if we look at this, for example, okay, you've got, it's not the biggest trading margin, but it does work. And you'll be looking at the long above here with your target there. And this is going to be real nice in and out trade. You're not going to be hanging around for anything, done and dusted in the space for, 5 minutes or something. So you've got a 1-to-2.16 there. And then for your short, the breaker structure, we got some really nice sort of RV going on here, range of volatile market state structure. It's very choppy, but it is consistent in its aggression as well. Its volatility is all over the place, but it is consistent. Same lows, same highs, over and over again. So I think if we look at all these highs here, whilst the markets are kind of scrunched up, we'd probably be safe saying that this was a decent area that's been the cause of some inflection in this little range that we've been trading in. So if I drag that one across there, that's going to become our breaker structure point. And so if we're trading short today, then we're going to be looking breaker structure, target profit, and ultimately your stop loss for a 1 to 2.5. Now, as you can see, I've actually left quite a large no man's land here today. So the no man's land actually ranges all the way in between these two areas here, right? This is all no man's land space. The hopes here of me doing that are that we're going to stay there until the market breaks out, because obviously I'm on a little bit earlier than usual. I'd only usually be coming on in about 7 minutes, 8 minutes time. And so hopefully in giving you a bit more room to breathe in a larger no man's land space, we're going to be able to see those trigger at the point the market opens up, which is going to be good for us this afternoon. If the market does, however, break the structure of either side of the market and then trade higher or lower, what you're going to do, if you haven't thought of it already, is you're going to wait for the market to come down, and then you're going to go long from 1948 back up to the highs, or you're going to go short from up here at 1959 back down to these lows at 1956. Okay, and that's how you're going to play the market today for the NAS 100. Is everybody clear on that, actually? Before I move on, does that make sense? Great. Awesome. Okay, cool. Right, okay, so US 30 Dow Jones today then, team. What are we looking at? So let's go up to the daily. So interestingly enough, really nice big new all-time high. Okay, so really nice big all-time high here. It was actually, I mean, yesterday's was superb as well. But we have formed another one today. So really nice official break of structure here from liquidity on the daily time frame as well. Naturally, probably would be expecting there to be a bearish bit of price action soon, so that we can get that retest of the liquidity. Now, if we go down to the 15-minute time frame, just to get some more perspective on the intricacies here, we can see that we have this high, and we come across and we have this low. So it does appear at this rate anyway. I mean, that, to be honest with you, is almost a bit of a fake out, isn't it? That's a bit of fake out there. I'm not going to have a zone that that's this wide to incorporate that low, because frankly, it's not retesting this area, is it? It's retesting this little one here. So that's going to be a fake out. I'll move that zone up to where I feel comfortable, where it should be. And I'm going to be utilizing this space here as RBOS. Now, this area down here is another point of 15-minute liquidity. We can see the inflection come back down, have a little retest before it shoots up. And this space is going to be our bearish trading margins. So if we go down to the 1 minute time frame, you're going to be looking at the trade to take place there, target, and stop loss for a 1 to 2.3. So that's going to be the bear sell side trade for this afternoon in between those two margins there. Nice path of least resistance, no major TRFs. And I think it's got a pretty good likelihood of playing out. Now, the one on the upside is, I don't know if this is probably a common occurrence for many of you. I know you don't often get a lot of all-time high opportunities, but ultimately, guys, really, really easy. I mean, all-time high trading is the easiest because there isn't anything in previous price action to contend with. So what you're going to be looking at is the break, close, and retest. Okay, it is a BCR. Okay, not just a simple breaker structure. You want that BCR across the top, and then once when your barrier entry's been triggered, it's a fixed 1 to 2, and that's all you're looking at. Stick your thing on a fixed 1 to 2 risk reward ratio, maybe a 1 to 2.1, and yeah, and away you go, and that's it. No looking left, no liquidity zones, no anything. That is literally all you do. Really, really easy. So you don't need to contend with anything. Now, this area in here is going to be the Dow Jones no man's land. Now, you guys might be thinking to yourselves, bloody hell, that's a really nice trading margin. But for me, there are too many unknowns. We have this really big, this is cutting the tops off here because it's a 15-minute one. But this is a really big point of liquidity. Look at the size of that inflection point. Right, so there's no way on God's given earth that I'm going to be looking to trade straight through that with confidence. I'm going to be looking on either side of that area for the confidence in my trade. So I want a 2.3 on the short, I want a 2.1 on the top, and that's where we are today. All of this space is considered no man's land, which might seem a bit of a waste. Even to me, it seems like a bit of a waste, but it's just improbable. And so therefore, we don't want to be messing around with that. The risk profile for this strategy here does not suggest that we do that. So it's going to keep us away. All right. So, is everybody clear on the US 30 Dow Jones? Wonderful. All right. Good job. So, let's go have a look at review. Still not going to get the chance today to cover the other half of the FX assets. But we'll have a quick flash at what's been going on so far. So UK Brent did actually go for it. And so far, nothing. It's just above the break-even point. We did have a really, really nice surge. It came up to the second stage where we were originally looking at taking another, not scaling in, but the other trade variation of this setup. And it's hit that and come right the way back down again. This morning we actually came a fair chunk into the stop loss and it's bounced off liquidity, which is really good to see. We've got a lot of defense in this trade at the moment, so that's really good to see as well. But it is what it is. There's not much more to say on that one, folks. Aussie dollar is coming bloody close to triggering. We're not quite there yet. And again, another really wide no man's land in the middle of these two, but nothing to be said about it. CAD against the Swiss, really big no man's land, nothing to be said about it. Euro against the yen is already triggered and that's underway. It came really close to our target profit and then came quite close to our stop loss and is now in profit again. So that one's just currently all over the place. I do still have every confidence in it. We've hit the range low, really nice point of liquidity, and so I do expect this to be the next destination for this asset before we start the move to the downside. Euro NZD, really, really nice range at the moment. I did place this on a high alert watch, whatever you want to call it earlier. But unfortunately, guys, we have actually traded away from that low. So still nothing to be said about it. We're still waiting for market to come down here to long or to come up here to short. And that is it in a nutshell. So we are at 130, which is really good timing actually for me to wrap things up there. Nice little 20-minute session today, guys, just to make sure that you're absolutely prepared and covered this afternoon for the US session, and a little bit of a market update there. We've just had the news out as well of some sort. Yeah, retail. Wow, it's actually a little bit bullish, to be fair. Not good for inflation, but might be also a good one for stock markets, so a little bit all over the place. Nothing much to say though. I'd imagine because of the inflation issue and the state of the Fed at the moment, it's probably not going to be good. I reckon it probably have a worse effect on the markets than not. But I wouldn't expect too much more out of it. Don't worry about it this afternoon from the US market breakout perspective. Right, guys. Yep, I'm going to wrap things up there then. So have a great day today. Like I said, I will unfortunately be away this afternoon from the charts. But I will be back in the office at probably, I don't know, like 3 o'clock, for example. And then I will continue on to be in the markets and stuff this afternoon. See if there's any scraps you guys are left for me out there. But have a good one. It's been a pleasure as always, and I look forward to catching up with you this afternoon. So take care and trade safe, guys. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.